Welcome all, there we go. Welcome all to the December 3rd meeting of the Board of Water and Sewer Commissioners. I must advise everyone that this meeting is being recorded, and we begin every meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Minutes from November 5th.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept the minutes of November 5th as written.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. The minutes of, did somebody get minutes to you from November 19th?
This is from, yes,
Okay.
yes.
I know I didn't bring any notes in. Okay,
No, sorry.
We
You were
don't have-
supposed to.
We don't have minutes for that yet.
Yeah.
we don't have minutes for that. Okay.
Sorry,
well, we'll
my bad. I thought I would.
bypass that.
See, easy.
Okay, and a presentation from Civil. Okay.
Can I hook up to one of the TVs? Is there a way that I can just plug the HDMI cord in?
I have no idea.
Is that right?
They usually have this little dongle
That
thing
thing right
that
there.
they plug in, and it's got a button on it.
Right here's perfect. I can steal that.
Okay, you're young, you probably know a lot more about that stuff than I do.
Should be good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, plug and play, there you go.
Yep, we're good. We're loading now.
Oh, there it is.
Wow. Get that.
That's not Dudley.
No, no.
Wait
But
till what-
guys, I appreciate everyone letting me come in today. I'll do a quick intro, and then I'll try to be out of your guys' hair quick. But my name is Connor Richard. I'm on the business development team over at Civil. Main focus is really coming in and just having conversations with cities and towns and getting an understanding of where they're at for their pavement management and their right-of-way asset inventory and how they're managing their roadway infrastructure. So obviously I spoke to MJ, and this was something that they were kind of looking into about figuring out which vendor they want to come in and kind of support with some of this data capture. And so when I was speaking with MJ, obviously on his side, I was explaining the payment condition assessments, and then we're really able to capture about 30 above ground assets today. And so I was going to showcase you guys kind of what those layers would look like on your end, and give a little bit of an understanding of what the technology and the sensor can kind of capture while it's doing that. Before I kick into that, is any questions about kind of what we're doing or where we've worked so far?
Go ahead and,
All right, awesome. So what we've come up with, guys, we've come up with this mobile sensor that does the data capture for all of your roadway infrastructure. So it's utilizing the 360 imagery. It's got a front, back facing camera, and then it's utilizing the LiDAR component. So LiDAR is usually spitting out like 4 million beams of light. It's just another way of attracting kind of a video component. It's able to get certain attributes as well, so like good fair poor assessments of stripings and markings. You know, for like trees, we can do breast diameter, the species of tree, stuff like that. And then a lot of other components is just inventorying and pulling out specific assets. But when we're utilizing the sensor component, it's capturing all of that data in raw capture. So if we came out tomorrow and just did like a pavement evaluation to update the PCI index, and then 3-4 months, you know, we need to start mapping for the MS4 grant or DEPs requiring us to map a few things. We can just go back in it and reprocess that data on the back end. So when we're going and we're working, it's just keeping everything collecting all of that raw data. I'll go ahead and I'll be able to showcase what those results look like to you guys on your end. So I know we're talking the water and sewer here. I'll start with the assets that would kind of make sense for you guys and a lot of the ones that we hear about, but pretty straightforward. So this is the city of Beverly, by the way. When we worked with them, they did a scan and a flyover around 2010. So they had an ID association for a lot of their assets, but technology has grown a little bit over the last 10, 15 years. So we came in and updated that and made sure that the location and the condition of everything matched kind of what they want it to be today. as well as if there was, anything missing, like if there was a tree that wasn't there 10 years ago and it's there now, we'll obviously be able to incorporate that and add that in. So we can overlay any past information that you guys do have. If you guys do have an inventory and it's been a while, we can overlay that information, as well as capturing new information here. So if I go ahead, I'll turn that away. Pretty straightforward, just providing the point assets associated to them. That's typically kind of our out of the box. We can do a few other things when it comes to manhole covers. Like we've been asked a few times, hey, can you, we're replacing manhole covers. If there's a clear indication, like on the image, that, hey, this is an old one and this is a new one, we can actually inventory and support with, hey, we've replaced half of them. We just don't know where the other half or how they've been replaced. We can provide associations associated to that, but pretty straightforward. We're able to capture all of your manhole covers, so you can get an understanding kind of roadway to roadway where all your manhole covers are sitting. Again, just providing an imagery associated to it, and then a point asset location. All of this information that we're providing you guys can be downloaded and then uploaded into whatever system you guys use on your back end. Do you guys use a GIS system in-house?
We have one.
What do you guys, it's an Esri product, right? It's ARC? Yeah, okay, yep. So all of this information is already in that format, so it can be downloaded, uploaded into your guys' system, as well as any past parcel information that you guys do have can actually be uploaded. And then if you see in this right-hand corner, it can be uploaded and then integrated into our system as well. So both systems can communicate, so it's not ripping and replacing what you guys are using, it's just adding that extra tool on the back end. Also on the capture here, so I clicked on manhole covers again, but we can do valve covers. Right now, can't differentiate between the valve covers, but we can obviously differentiate between manhole covers and then obviously the fact if it's a valve or not. So pretty straightforward in the other valves. That should be a tree. Oh no, it's another valve cover. So again, I know it's kind of state by state, but a lot of times when talking about that MS4 grant, having trees mapped is something that is usually talked about. I don't know if that's something that's important here in Dudley, but just wanted to showcase that that's something we can easily capture there. Again, a lot of it's just that asset type and the point asset associated to it, but if there is any custom attributes you guys wanted us to pull out of that, obviously if there's something that you guys were looking for us to incorporate, we could have that conversation and be a little bit of a custom work on the back end, but nothing that we really can't do. We obviously have our AI, an algorithm on the back end that does a lot of that, but then we also have GIS experts that'll go in, do anomaly detection, and get some eyes on it as well. So it's not just banking on AI being perfect, because it's not. We'll do a human in the loop detection and have some anomaly data detection there as well. Just another manhole cover. I think we turned on fire hydrants. So again, just being able to map fire hydrants. We've done a few projects where we can do like a good, fair, poor assessment. Again, if there's paint chipping off or whatever it may be, if we want to get a quick assessment of that, we can do a quick inventory of that as well. These would be, and then last one here would be not a tree, let's find a catch basin. So pretty simple to toggle kind of these on and off as well. And then providing, everything's close together here. And then providing a point asset associated to the catch basin as well. But being able to easily toggle these on and off. If we wanted to only showcase this, can just showcase where the catch basins are. If we want to just showcase where the manhole covers are, simple toggle on and off, create separate layers. And then from there is an AI assistant that's associated to it. Obviously, all this information is great. It's awesome to have it, but what do we do once we have that in our back pocket? And so we've come up with this AI assistant to really kind of answer, everyday questions. When it comes to manhole covers or water valves, there's something that, gets asked a lot about internally, like locations, or if there's, for example, we've been able to ask the AI assistant to support with a leaf cleanup, based on tree locations and based on how many catch basins are in certain locations so they're not getting clogged up. You can ask the AI assistant to go in and create almost a plan of where they recommend going out and doing the leaf collection based on the locations of catch basins and the trees. So it'll help be able to kind of answer everyday questions in there as well. That was kind of it for my spiel. Do we have any questions?
How accurate is it to be able to see a gate box or whatever and create ties from it?
What's a gate box? Help me out a little
Valve
bit.
cover box?
Pretty like we're close on being able to determine the lettering and the wording on it. I'll be honest. If doing while doing the collection, the slower you're driving, obviously, kind of the higher resolution of the image. From that point, I think we could then pull some of that detail. It hasn't happened yet, but it's something that we can obviously kind of look into and see what granular level that we can get to. But that is something that we've been asked is being able to kind of pull the wording off of that to then associate those different labels.
When you pull up an address and all of a sudden you see the house picture where you can add information, like from right side of the house to valve box or curb stop is so many feet, left side so many feet,
Yep.
and then also to the main.
Yep.
You can pull up just an address and do that, because that would be the
Yep.
key thing, is me going out marking digs, or say National Grid's out there and they wanna dig a spot and I gotta mark the main fest. What's the fastest way for me to pull up the information, get there, and then be able to pull the ties instead of going in? Because right now we use Google Drive and I can pull up curb stops and I gotta scroll through and find the actual curb stop
Yep.
information. Like, could I put that information into your system?
Yep, all that can be already put in there. This is, I forgot to mention too, this is the 360 imagery, so we're providing updated 360 imagery of the town, so that could probably kind of support what you were asking there in that component as well. So then you can be able to drive down the road and get an understanding of the assets as well as you're going down the road.
So now this camera, do you own that or do we own that?
So that's something where you actually no. So there's no cost associated to it. So the way that we've been doing it today is there's two options. Option one is we provide you guys with a sensor. You hold on to it for as long as you want. There's no renter's fee, no cost associated to it. We don't want the thing sitting around just collecting dust, but if you guys were constantly going out and scanning, that's all you. The second option is having us come out and do the scan, and that's usually like $20 per centerline mile for us to come and do that. And the first time we come out and do the scan with you guys, we'll do the scan, but we'll onboard who would be using it in the future, just to get them kind of up to speed and then keep the ball rolling from
If you
there.
break it, what happens then?
I won't lie to you, it's pretty hard to do.
So if it needs something work, you guys take care of that?
Yeah, oh yeah, like if you guys are going and something breaks in there, ship it back to us and we'll send you to do it. No,
We'll challenge that.
if you did run it over with like a trash truck or something crazy,
Fire truck maybe?
there's insurance associated to it. But yeah, we actually make jokes. It's built to take a lot of beatings.
Sits on the roof of the car.
That's it. It's there's a roof rack that we provide to you guys. Like when I'm going out and doing the collection, I honestly like the fact that I just put on like ratchet straps and just strap the thing on and go. So these just sit there to support with like the balance, so it's not shaking as much. And then there's two U-bolts that just attach right here on the what's it called? On the roof rack, thank you. Just sits, so we'll ship a roof rack, two U-bolts,
A pickup truck.
and then, and then this thing's about like 20 pounds. So quick up in it. If you get caught in the rain, it's waterproof. You can't collect while it's raining because the LiDAR will pick up like those, the droplets of rain. Shadow's not an issue, again, with the LiDAR component. So both the LiDAR and the AI component will kind of talk with each other. So like here in this image right here, you can see a little bit that the driveway is starting to bleed into the right-of-way. You know, AI might pick that up, that that's part of the right-of-way, where the LiDAR component can be like, no, I'm 90% confident that, this is a driveway. Or it might pick it up that a shadow is alligator cracking. Again, the LiDAR component will be like, no, I'm 95% accurate that this is a shadow, and the algorithm will keep processing through. So it's using both components.
Oh, I'm not an expert on this, but since we kind of going in this with the highway department, a couple factors here, money, expense-wise, and actual
Yep.
usage. If you go out and use this thing, I mean, are we gonna be able to do this in coordination with what they're doing too at the same time, or separate things, or?
No, so it's capturing all of this information at once. So I can go ahead, I'll kind of showcase.
Drive your roads
You
one
really just
or
need
two.
to drive
just-
the roads one time.
That's
because
it.
you-
Yeah,
That's it. What honestly, like, for you guys, once we do the original asset capture of a lot of this stuff, it's not gonna change as much as the condition of the roads. So what we're doing is we're doing unlimited pavement scans just to keep up with the degradation curve of the pavements, post-construction season, post-winter, pre-construction season, pre-winter, and keeping that understanding of the road conditions, and then incorporating assets on top of that. I do actually have a proposal here that I sent over to MJ, for us to come in and do this. It's under $10,000 to do, if we were to come in and capture all of your pavements and then 2 assets, it would be about $9,000. And then from there, just remind me again how many centerline miles you guys are.
You're talking the whole town.
how
We're
many-
not-
Center
We don't
line.
have water on the whole town. so-
Okay, all right.
How many miles of water do you have? 30?
Less than that, but about 30, yeah, 29, 30, somewhere in there.
It's all based off of the centerline miles. But then, yeah, if you guys only wanted us to capture like, a certain amount of streets that you guys own, that's something that we can easily do. If you wanted to still capture, at least utilities that you guys don't own, but have an understanding of the location of those, so when projects are starting to cross over, you at least have that information. Like Beverly, for example, if I turn on the segment scores really quick. So like Beverly, for example, they did have us score whatever road, Yankee Highway, I forget what route that is, but they did have us map.
Highway's
Thank
128.
you. Yeah, thank you. They did have us map state-owned roads this first go around, just so they could have that information in their back pocket and be able to kind of utilize that for when projects were coming up in those areas. So they did this year. They maintain the city themselves maintains 133 centerline miles. We went and captured like 176 roughly, including the state-owned highways. So just to give them that inventory. So that's, again, it's an option. It's completely up to you guys what you want us to provide for you. Everything is based off of that centerline shapefile. So even if like we were only collecting like 30 miles of one of the assets, it would still just be incorporated in whatever the centerline mileage
I
is.
would imagine you would, if it was town-wide, you'd capture all.
Just
the roads.
capture all of it, yep.
And then.
If you,
whatever-
from there, you guys could be like, you could go and create separate layers. Like if you wanted the ones that we own and have that be, purple, and then the ones that we don't own be silver, like you guys can create separate layers to understand which ones you own and which ones you don't.
Could I ask, how much?
100%.
How much is it for each additional asset you wanted to add?
$10 per centerline mile.
$10 per center.
Yep, yeah, so if let me pull it up really quick. I sent it over to
So
MJ.
if it was
so
30 miles.
I have the number
Okay.
here.
No, it's per asset though. We need
Per
water-
asset, yeah.
Water and sewer.
Correct, and like if you did your hydrants and your,
Yeah, it says 3, it says $9,000.
right, that's all
Why
I'm
don't you do
thinking.
another 9,
It'd be like 900
900 per,
for like if there was 90 centerline miles, it'd be like 900 for us to come in and do to
Per
just
asset.
add an additional asset on top.
Yeah, 10 per mile, that was,
What's the ideal speed to travel with that?
30 miles per hour. 30 to 35. We can capture, I laugh every time I say this, we can capture speeds up to 55 miles per hour. Haven't met a town that's had that in the city yet. Usually
yeah.
max out
You
at
drove
40.
on 128 at 30 miles an hour, if it's not 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's why we have like the capability of capturing up to those speeds, because if you are on those highways, you don't want to go 30. You don't want to go 30 miles per hour.
You have a whole lot of people in
Yeah,
there.
doing 80,
you'd
yeah.
have a lot of people beeping at you.
Your
But
back.
no, it can capture speeds up to 55, 60 miles per hour. So we can capture up to highway speeds. But for our best practices, we recommend like an hour after sunset, an hour before sunrise, keeping it between 25 and 30 miles per hour, and then trying to keep like 30 feet in front of the other car. Again, these are best practices as well. It requires one pass unless there's 4 lanes. Then we just recommend doing 2 passes. And then if there's a median that splits it down the
Not a
middle,
problem in Dudley.
we recommend doing 2 passes as well.
I don't think we have any,
Yearly fee
we
as
don't have
well,
any
or is
4-lane
this
roads.
like a one-time purchase?
It can be both. So right now, what we're doing is multi-year contracts. That's typically just a lot of the conversations we're having today, especially on the pavement management component, is being able to really keep up with the condition of your roads on a year-to-year basis. But in saying that as well, instead of, typically a lot of projects will be like that $30,000, a one-off, hey, here you go, here's your data, and then we'll see you 3 years later when we want to update that. We wanted to divvy that up so that it's still $30,000, but it's split up over a 3-year span, and that you're getting a scan every year as well, just making it easier pill to swallow on a year-to-year basis, but you're still able to capture all of that information as you're going through. But we have the options of just doing the 1 year, and then from there, if we were to do a 1 year, you wouldn't lose any of the data that we've provided for you guys. We just wouldn't have access to the platform. That's really the only thing that you would lose. Everything else that we've already captured, downloaded, it's in, you guys have full access to that. We won't hold any data hostage. I don't know why I can't find. I don't know what MJ's email is.
Highway 1 or Highway 2, either or.
There it is. Thank you.
Where are you folks located?
Somerville? Where is the proposal?
Wendy Bulger got his start.
Oh, yeah, I think this is, oh, here we go. Yep, sorry. So it's 85 centerline miles. So right here in this image, for 9,850, it's the pavement evaluation and then 3 additional assets. So catch basins, water, other valves, hydrants, whatever it may be from there.
Or if it were just highway,
That's for him,
it
for
would be
just highway,
roads,
yeah.
trees, and catch basins.
Catch
Yeah.
basin.
Yeah, yep, and then one more. So that's 3 assets per year. That's another per year thing too that we're doing, is coming in and being able to kind of add those layers in year over year. So Beverly was a little bit of a monster. They wanted all 30 assets captured in 1 year. We're seeing a lot of just kind of building those layers on top of it. Hey, we don't have anything today. We need signs and stripings and markings today. Next year we'll do sidewalks and curbs and curb ramps. The year after, then we'll do, we'll update our manholes, our water valves, whatever it may be from there. Trees. And then again, too, as stuff is coming up, right? If we come out tomorrow, we do a scan and we capture pavements, catch basins, manhole covers, and water valves. 3 months down the road, you guys say, hey, we need trees. You can just go back through, reprocess that data, and then that'll be a separate layer added into the a separate layer added into the GIS.
85 miles of roadway. You've got 30 of, so we've got 30, you said 30? 29, 30 miles-ish?
Roughly.
So that's
A little less than that.
1/3,
It's about 1/3.
1/3 of the roadway, okay? That's- Okay.
But then that was
How many towns you guys have right now?
in Massachusetts. We've actually done about 30% of the state, 33% of the state, and then across the board, we've done over 350 municipalities today.
How far out do you go?
We've actually done a project. We actually did a project in Alaska. The state DOT had us come out and do a project with them. We've done projects in California, Washington. We've done a lot of projects in Washington, Oregon. We did Atlanta, and then a lot of projects, obviously, up here in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. Our CEO and co-founder, he worked for his DPW in Connecticut, in Oxford, while he was going to school at WPI, getting his engineering degree. And as an intern, he's graduated in 2022. While he was at school, they were having him manually go out and like assess the roads and measure potholes and stuff like that. And as he was getting his engineering degree, he was like, there's no way that this is the most efficient way to do this. And so they ended up building that sensor in the dorm. And then during COVID, they drove around to municipalities and got it going, and then kicked it off like in 2021, 2022. And then since 2022, we've done about a third of Massachusetts, probably like a quarter of Connecticut, and then around like 350 municipalities kind of across the board from there. Some DOT projects. Our main bread and butter is cities and towns. It's specifically built for DPWs. Again, kind of the sensor was specifically built for DPWs. Hold on to that in your back pocket, et cetera.
So we can upload our current data into this?
Yep, and vice versa. So everything right here can just be entered in as like a shapefile, GeoJSON shapefile, and then again, you can go through and ask questions here, like just a really basic question.
How does that work? Like, it's like we've got curb stops that are up on people's lawns.
Yep.
And, of course, the gates and the valves and the hydrants. We've got all of that already mapped out. How does that work out on this per asset?
Do you know when those assets were captured? Like, has it been a few years since they were captured, or was it a recent capture? 2023. So it's a fairly recent capture then. And what you
And
guys?
a curb stop doesn't move. I mean,
No, that's exactly it. So usually usually when coming in and doing these multi-year deals, it's the pavement focus and then incorporating like new layers of assets on top of that. So it's more, what don't you guys have in the system today that you'd want to get in there? Or if there's anything that want to be updated, that was scanned in 2005 and we wanted to have that updated. But no, for the most part, the only time we're really seeing a lot of assets besides pavements, like assets being captured on a year-to-year basis, is in Milton. They're doing like a tree study right now. So they're losing trees left and right. So the Milton Shade Tree Committee is having us come in and we're going to scan pavements every year, but then we're going to also scan trees on a year-to-year basis as well to support with understanding where, hey, there was a tree here last year, now it's gone, or if this tree's dead or alive. So we were able to kind of do that type of study. Stripings and markings was another one, just in the towns that do that on a year-to-year basis, getting that updated inventory so that way they can kind of plan for where they want to go and actually perform that. Other than that, it's pretty, once you do it once and it's in there, you're kind of set for a couple of years until you want to re-update it. There's obviously those unique one-offs like Hoboken. They want to do a sign inventory every year. They're also 36 centerline miles and like 68,000 population. So I think the signs is a big concern for them. So again, it's just, there's unique cases, one-offs, but for the most part, you're spot on.
so if we have a water main break
Yep.
and we go out and do the dig and we do the repair, are we able to upload that are there windows to be able to upload that information?
Yeah, what I would do is either before the construction, if we haven't done a scan yet, scan that before construction, and then you can do a post-construction scan as well. But yeah.
It has to be scanned in order to get it into the system? What I'm saying is, if we've got the address,
Yep.
we know where it is.
Yep.
Can we go into the system
And like add
the information?
Oh, yeah. If it's like one or two things, I was more talking like if you guys were doing like a half-a-mile corridor project and you replaced everything,
Yeah.
we could just come and do a quick scan and we'll update everything into the system. But yeah, no, if you guys wanted to add in a few points, or hey, we added in a manhole cover here, can easily get that associated in there
Where is all this data stored?
on the cloud base. It's all on this web-based platform. So everyone, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you'll have full access to this. We don't have an app yet. Something that we've been asked about that too, but no, it's all being able to be accessed by this, by the web-based platform, and it's unlimited users on your guys' end.
So how do you protect the data so it's not out to everyone? Because a big thing right now is cybersecurity with water and sewer infrastructure.
So we have obviously like the cybersecurity blocking on the back end, like we have all that. How exactly the cybersecurity works, I would definitely point you in one of my colleagues' directions to answer that question, but we do have like the IT team and cybersecurity on the back end to support all of that. And then if there was information that you guys really did want to keep lock in, just have that conversation. I'm sure we can put an extra layer of protection on that as well. I'm definitely not the expert when it comes to that, but I know that we can easily protect that. We're getting, like when working with some cities and towns, obviously we're talking about, procurement on the back end, and there are some stuff that isn't public information that we got to keep in-house. So majority of the stuff that we do collect is obviously public information, but anything that does have to be kept on the back end can easily be kept in the back end. And again, like, if it would be fully up to you guys, if you guys wanted to, like some cities and towns that we're working with, they'll provide the image of like just the condition of the road. So like, hey, this road is an 80 PCI score. There won't be any details associated to it, but just to give the homeowners like an idea, hey, these are the way that the roads are rating. Like, don't call me tomorrow and ask why we're fixing this road. You have the clear image in front of you as to why we're doing that type of deal. But then talking just really quick, so I was talking about the separate layers. So if we came in, again, any questions that you guys ask can easily be integrated, or we'll create a separate layer onto here. So just really simple question, but any questions you want to come in and ask the AI assistant. I asked it a pretty basic image, where are all my speed signs? And it'll break down the total number of speed signs, the different type of speed signs that we have in there, some key insights about the condition of the signs, and then the geography location of them obviously as well. So again, being able to utilize the AI assistant component and being able to toggle on different layers. So as you guys are working on different projects, or as different departments are starting to work on different projects, instead of, each department kind of being siloed in whatever software system they're using, there's one source of truth for everyone to kind of utilize this and be able to collaborate on projects together. As well as we're providing those LAZ files, which is that LiDAR component. So you can go in and do a lot of pre-in-design work with those components as well. With the point clouds and the LAZ file, you can actually go in and get measurements and heights, supporting with like topo and other projects that you guys are going out and doing as well. So there's a lot of different components that can be pulled from there. And when it comes to that information, you'll fall within like a centimeter of accuracy. I know some LiDAR comes in at that survey grade, it's like a millimeter. For majority of the stuff that we're out there measuring, like fog line to fog line, or lengths of curbs or lengths of guardrails, if you fall within a centimeter, it's not causing any headaches.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I will. I'm sure I'll be in touch. I'll reach out to MJ, and then I'm sure we'll be in touch here shortly. But I appreciate you guys letting me come. Any last minute questions before we hop out of here?
No?
All right, I'll let you guys get back to it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You have the business cards?
Yeah.
So I probably blew you off when you called me.
You guys are fine.
No, I run a water sewer department in another town, so.
What town?
Douglas.
Oh, all right, yeah.
You probably called me and I blew you off.
Yeah, it started. It's funny. We keep we're cold callers, right? Like we're in sales, so it's funny. Like a couple times we've gotten on a call and it's been, I absolutely hate you guys, but this is the one thing I needed. Like, thank God I picked up the phone. I was like, yeah, thank God you picked up the phone. So no, we get it. We hear it all the time. I hate making them. You guys hate receiving them. So no, but guys, thank you again.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. We'll be in touch, and everyone enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a
Two.
good one.
Thank you guys. Cool.
Okay. What's that? So, I give that some thought, and, you know, I had asked Luke to, if Luke and Brian could be included in this, because we can make all the decisions in the world here.
Yeah, we'll be the
But
ones running.
if they're,
not gonna use it.
if they're not gonna use it, then why bother? So, thank you for coming in.
That's the question.
And that's the thing, is, you know, see if that's gonna be something that's gonna be useful between you, Brian, and George. You know, is that something that we can use? Okay, anything else on that? Okay, tie and bond correspondence. I know they're moving on the INI. There was an email that came through today. We got an INI grant.
So we set up, remember I told you last meeting, same thing, we're just getting ready for flow monitors to go in, but we have to wait till the springtime. And anything that's gonna be done is gonna be springtime anyway, so
Right.
everything's kind of on hold right now.
Come springtime.
They wanna do it when we capture a lot of the rain, heavy rains and stuff. Plus, we're gonna use the winter to try to identify where those manholes are down by the river. Maybe an infrared drone or something, if we can. So, a couple of things we can still do. And they're doing manhole inspections now anyway, so.
Okay. Was there anything else from tie and bond? No, it wasn't. It was kind of quiet with them.
Jeff said that if we wanted him to come in and have any discussions with the board on our questions and stuff about Eagles Drive, to let him know.
Okay, the DPW study meeting.
Yeah, I think
Justin and I went to that meeting. Go ahead.
it was a civil conversation, at least. I think we both expressed what our concerns are from this side of the house, at least with, you know, DEP regulation and what that
George was
structure
there
would
as-
look like.
George was there as well.
Yeah. I don't really have much more of an update other than they were really kind of looking for information, and they're referencing a study from 2018, which I pointed out, that data's, you know, about 10 years old at this point, so. I think they left it that they're just gonna continue to review it, but wasn't really any resolution from that meeting.
So there was a question as to whether they talked to anyone. I didn't talk to anyone, so.
Okay, yeah, from that 2018,
Yeah, the 2018 report
Report.
references that it spoke to people on this side, but I wasn't on the board at the time, so I can't say I
I
was.
was trying to remember back to who was on the board. Were you on the board in 18?
No, I think I came in 19.
19.
Yeah, when did you start?
19.
Okay, so it was just Tom and myself. There was only one, maybe Tom O'Connor would have been the only piece. It would have been, if it wasn't you, then it was
Jay Spall.
Jay Spall and Bazinet. And I don't see either of them sitting down with,
When did Scott
I was on, yeah, I was on the.
Pikarczyk?
no, Pekarczyk
That's way
wasn't on in
before.
18. He was way before that.
No, he came back on again.
Oh, that's right, he did come back on for sewer.
I thought he came out just as I came in. So he might have
That's
been
right.
there that
He might have
He was
been.
on, yeah, Scott was on just before you.
So, yeah, because I told, the first I saw of it was when it was emailed to us a week before that meeting.
Dan
And
O'Connor on the chairman at that time on that?
I
he
think,
might have, I think he was,
Questions were asked to
I think he
him.
was chairman then.
Yeah.
And then there was a long list in the executive summary portion of things that needed to be done with water and sewer, and I was able to tell them that every single one of the things on there has already been addressed or is in the process of being addressed, and that was the I&I. Things like asset management for both departments, and there was a whole list of things, and we've addressed every single one of them without even ever seeing the report.
I know what kicked that whole thing off was that Tanyard Road incident from way back, if you remember, when the sewer and the water were debating where that problem was lying. It turned into a debacle, and
Yeah.
that's what started that whole setup.
So,
What was their take on this?
Kind of a neutral take, I would say.
it was kind of neutral
Well-
from their standpoint. They did
Well,
comment,
obviously, though, they brought it up, so it's, they've either gotta want it or have an issue.
I think the rationale, at least from what I gathered from the meeting, was that they are just looking at every aspect of the Dudley government as just one thing. This report existed, and they just wanted to ask the questions. I didn't get the impression that anybody was pushing it, at least from that meeting.
so. Yeah, so it was, I was surprised, pleasantly
Saw a
surprised that,
report from 2018, and they questioned it.
well, they were given, they were given that report. I would assume by the town administrator and Board of Selectmen, because that's who they've been charged by. They were given that report and they read through it, and we were able to give them, I believe we gave them a lot of information that was useful to them that they didn't have
Yeah,
previous to the
and
meeting.
I think the questions that they asked of us showed that there was,
It's all on YouTube,
Yeah,
so
it was an
I would suggest, taking some time and watch it. The meeting lasted an hour. Watch the meeting and,
Listen to it.
and I think it went well. George spoke on it as well. I think we all brought up some good points, and stuff that they weren't aware of, so.
Question though is, why didn't the selectmen ask us about the report? If they came upon it and read it, and
I think there's no,
I can
it's
tell
no,
you just about the government study committee, they were given like 12 different tasks to review. And one of them was this report. They've been given, I think it's 10 or 12 different things, because I've been watching the meetings and listening to the meetings. And they're going through the entire process. I don't know if any of you saw that they got a questionnaire out now. And it has a lot to do with the charter. It's all about how do you want to reform the government, and so, how do we want to reform this government? What do you think is good about it? What do you think is bad? So like Justin said, I believe they're looking at all different options of things. They're looking at the appointment of elected officials versus appointed officials. That's one of their key points they're looking at. They're looking at a charter and different things. So there's like 12 different things that they were given, because like each member was assigned things to work on and look into and see if it's something they wanted to learn more information about or not.
yeah, I felt the meeting was more of a fact-finding meeting. I didn't
right.
I think
any-
some of them were definitely surprised at some of the answers
Yeah.
that you guys gave. I don't think they understood the whole DEP thing, and the regulations that are in place now.
DEP and licensures and, and what those licenses carry for responsibility.
I think it was good.
They,
hope you guys open some eyes.
well, then it's just a matter of, hopefully they'll contact us again. If they have more questions, they'll contact us again.
I think it was good that they asked for this open communication in a
Right.
public meeting setting. I thought that was, that's what you guys have been looking for, is
Right.
more communication, and I thought it was good that it was done that way.
Yes. So any other questions about that? Okay, the calendar meeting dates for 2026. It looks like it's the first Wednesday of the month, except for
April and July.
April and July, yes.
I already checked the dates on that.
And this is just basically so we can reserve the room. If there's any conflicts, we usually get bumped to the back room, but usually it's only about 3 times, maybe,
Yeah,
that we have a conflict, and it's usually conservation.
right. And, this gets posted up on one of the bulletin boards and on the website. And that way we're upfront. This is when we meet.
Yep.
And that April meeting is March and April, that's when we kick off the rate study.
Yep.
So, just so folks are up front, we're up front and out in the open. That's when we'll start talking about rates again. Okay, is there a motion to?
Yeah, I'll make the motion to accept the 2026 meeting notice as written.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
It will be posted tomorrow in the town clerk's office.
Budget review. I didn't get a copy of it. Oh, do you have a copy there?
Everybody should have.
I already read it, so.
Oh, there was Sean's, yeah. Okay. So, let's see, we got water in front this time. Same two line items, obviously, that are, so we should be somewhere around 40%.
Have you come up with any idea on, because prior year bills didn't get approved, or is there any resolution to that yet, or
Nothing.
we gonna wait till Springtown meeting?
Yep.
What if it fails there?
The difference, special town meeting, the threshold is 90%, and we were at 89%. At annual town meeting, the threshold is 2/3. It's either 2/3 or 70%. I don't know why it's different, but it is.
Regulations.
That's the state, and, they're arguing about whether or not to change the flag. Important stuff. But in any case, so it'll be a lower threshold. But all of those people, those customers have been, or those vendors have been contacted.
I know you've spoken to them and I've spoken to them as well,
And they're understanding that, okay.
provided all their other bills get paid immediately, yes, which we are.
Okay, okay, any questions on water? And we're working on,
Yeah, we can't do anything without a town meeting.
okay,
Well, actually, we can't do anything until the auditors review it, and then they'll advise if things can be, and then it has to go to town meeting.
yeah, I know it has to go to
Yeah,
town meeting,
The
but,
auditors have to make the recommendations to them as to how to consolidate and what to be done.
okay.
So she has it on her for this next August to speak to them about it.
No, that's not till August?
August is when they do the audit.
Okay,
How does everybody stand with the license hours?
what's that?
Got them all, they're all,
Everybody's got enough hours for the license?
Mine's done. I already got mine in.
you got more than,
I know I
Really takes
have,
a week to get it in now.
I have copies of Luke's, Timmy's, Brian's. Yours is done. The only one I don't have is James.
I'm just looking for the
Send 'em your way.
education license numbers here.
Sorry?
send them your way again.
Okay, and on sewer budget, looks like the line items that are off of the 40%, Webster Processing is at 56?
Because we paid more. Yeah, we paid, the true-up out of that,
Oh, that's right, okay.
that 200, whatever it was.
That should, we should be pretty close to,
Yeah,
right on.
we still have,
Yep.
still good.
And electric,
So electric's up there.
electric,
I'm working on looking at comparing to last year as
Yeah.
well, and,
You said you had looked at that last time, and
Yeah.
you found something that stood out as we didn't
We've had
capture
gas or something was in that line.
gas is now in electric too. We combined that for
Okay.
tracking reasons, but we're also looking, I'm looking at, it's been 3 months now that we pay Amoresco as well as National Grid, and we're supposed to be getting the credits off the National Grid. But National Grid, I don't know if any of you, if you had any problems, back in October, they had problems with some of their bills, and I would call them and they'd tell me the balance is zero.
Right, and then they back charge you.
We just got back charged for three accounts. That's
We
why
just
the
signed a
bill
voucher
is
for, what,
$27,000
$27,000
because
in
they
electric.
back charged for 3 accounts, and I trust me, if I don't get a bill, I call, and I reference the account number.
Are you set up with the online portal?
No, and I need to. It's just been, I have so many that,
'Cause you can get them all like in one.
that's what
You can set up like a master account that you can go in and have all the sub.
unfortunately wasn't set up that way, and that is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. It's just one of those things that's in, but I've been
If you need
trying
help with
to,
that, let me know.
thank you, yeah, cause you know what it's,
Okay.
you know what it's like getting in touch with National Grid?
Yeah, that's why I do everything online.
And capital? Capital, we're at, capital's all down at $1,000,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Okay. Any other, the front page. So far with the collection,
So I have the list where we have about $62,000 that's outstanding. I delayed a little bit for a couple reasons. I didn't wanna shut somebody's water off right before Christmas. I'd rather
Okay.
wait till after.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
start the process so that,
The real estate bills go out and you get them right before Christmas.
I know that, every
So
year.
I was just trying to be a little, and if I look through the names, half of them are
Repeat
repeats,
offenders.
okay? So they know, plus, he's gonna be leaning them soon.
Well, there won't be anything to lien because we've collected on them.
Well, right now, there's $62,000 outstanding.
But
Right,
that's
what's the
not,
62,000?
Oh,
Is
that's
that
last-
prior-
that's,
prior to
that's,
July
that's,
30th?
that's
So-
current.
So, but I
Outstanding,
talked with
yes.
Luke, right? I talked with you about this, and Timmy, and I know I talked to Brian about just holding off a little bit. The letters will go out next week so that the shut-offs will happen in January. I was just trying to be, and,
Kind.
yeah, we're not out to shut your water off, we're out to get you to make payments. And I do know that some of the businesses that are on our list are running into problems right now and not being able to renew their licenses, their common vic and all of those, because they don't have, their bills are unpaid. So their water sewer bills are going to get paid, some of them that are on my list. Otherwise, they're not gonna get renewed.
Okay.
Food permits, those,
Oh, the food permits, water and sewer bills,
it all goes through the treasurer collector's office. Every
How many
permit.
accounts are there that are prior to?
I'd say probably about 30 to 40 in that. And it's the same people.
30 to 40 of the 60.
Yeah, there's, it's the same people. And what it is they catch up, and then we go ahead, and then they don't pay the next one, so now they're behind. And
Right, I
some,
just mean if they caught up, they're behind on the current bills, but
no,
but
they,
there
now because
there
it's
shouldn't be
90
anything being liened.
Not, hopefully not, no.
there'll be a few that you couldn't either couldn't shut off or.
It would be the ones that, like, we have a couple vacant houses, the people have passed away, nobody's paying their water sewer bill, the water is shut off at the street anyways, but we still charge them the
Base
base
fee,
fees. So those are gonna get leaned, but there's nothing I can do about that, cause we're not gonna collect anything anyways, when I'm getting the
Let
bills
that-
returned back to me.
Let that be leaned, let it be leaned.
So and I think what we, like 10 of those?
There's at least 10 of those, yeah.
Yeah, that are like that. So those unfortunately, we can't do anything about. But the majority of people will make, and I have people who are on the good faith payment plans, and they call me, cause I said to them, if you don't call me and let me know you can't make a payment, we're gonna have a problem. And they'll call me and say, okay, I was supposed to make it this Friday, can I make it on Tuesday? I note it in there, and I check, and they'll make the payments, I do have one right now that said, oh, I'll be making the payments, hasn't made the payments, so guess what? They're gonna get the notice that they're getting shut off, because you've defaulted on the payment plan. But we try to be nice, because the goal is just to collect some money.
Yeah. Yep.
And try to get, if you explain to people that we're just trying to get you up to date, this is why we set up a plan. If you pay this much, you'll get caught up on your bill, and then you won't be in this predicament. So, but they'll be going out next week.
So we're down to about 60,000?
Yep. I ran the report today to
We
double check.
we were
Yep.
religiously between 150 and 200,000
Yep.
every quarter.
Yep.
Now we're down to 60.
So I think it's got more people, they're paying, you know, even if they're paying it a little bit late, they're still paying
I
it.
said it before, the program works.
I think so.
working.
I
I
think the
def,
repeat offenders are playing the system,
I
right?
got a couple people to say, I didn't think you were actually gonna show up and shut it off.
Well,
Now they're paying,
Once they start finding out.
but now they're paying.
well, yeah,
yeah, so.
okay.
And they've been great about it, the guys, I mean,
I try to be kind about it. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. It's
No.
just tagging the house and I
Okay,
have to find the curb stop
so
and shut it off.
we're in good shape.
yeah, I think it's going well.
Part of that question was, so I know a number, how many were put in the lien, just because when they did all their calculations for indirects,
Yeah,
it was one of the things he put in there, this many liens at this much.
yep.
Yet he's telling us not to do collections, and then he charges us for how many liens he has to do. So,
Well, they shouldn't be, I mean, at this point, we've been collecting,
We've been doing well.
so there
should
shouldn't
be
be any.
minimal.
There should be very, very few liens, if any,
Yep, so, well, there'll be, like I said, the vacant houses.
the vacant
or-
houses, and that's just
you know.
gonna end up in tax title.
And it'll probably, you know, forfeit to the bank or whatever, you know what I mean? It's gonna end up one of those situations, so.
The number we pay them to put liens on, just because there's less, we're still gonna be paying the same amount.
Yeah,
want them to justify the number.
yep. Okay, any more questions on the budgets? Webster True Up, we were all at the meeting last month, and we're scheduled for next Wednesday at 6:30. That's pursuant to our consultant being available. Evidently, he had to have, he had some issues with that, with his eye. So,
That's next Wednesday?
next Wednesday. Yeah, you had said it was good.
Yeah, I just didn't put it in my calendar for some reason.
Okay, well, put it.
I'll send out a reminder,
Yeah,
not to you
please.
though.
Yeah, it has to be posted too, so.
You gotta call Paul, make sure it's.
Yep, I'll get in touch with him tomorrow morning.
What time?
6:30. Okay. The sewer moratorium.
We've had a couple people request if we could have a specific a list of specific roads that are affected by the moratorium. I said I would bring it to you and see what you guys said.
How much
How much effort is that?
How much effort is
Not a lot
that?
of effort, we can rig something up.
Just.
Yeah, I got the.
Perfect.
We'll just take it from the maps and stuff.
Did they ask as a records request?
They asked for it to be specific, yes, like, yeah, they're asking for specific roads, they asked, yes.
I'm just saying, if it's a records request, then, we charge them for how much time.
Oh, yeah,
to-
absolutely, absolutely.
To put all that together.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry,
Okay,
Is one person,
two different people.
The same road.
No, actually.
I said from
So
the
let's-
same road.
okay. All right, is there any, the new position, the council was supposed to call me. Evan, he said he tried, I didn't have any messages, but then he went on vacation, so, I've been waiting for this week, to try to get in touch with him on that, to be able to, find out what our options are.
Should we just table this for our next meeting then?
Right. That's the best option.
Did we send any correspondence as to why what we approved hasn't
just
gotten
gonna
paid?
ask that. Is that part of the question?
That's one of the questions, yes.
Excuse me.
Okay, Superintendent's report.
Any questions on it? I mailed it out earlier.
Yeah, it looked much better this month than last month. And I'll tell you, I did, first thing like when I called Jen, I asked her, did you type that? And she said, yes, I did. I said, okay. Formatted much better in the PDF.
We'll get there.
The first
We'll
one,
get there.
high hydrant.
That came in, we just got it in, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be
we
put in
signed a
the spring
voucher for it today.
and be trained on and installed in the spring.
Has there been any thought about where?
Mill
Mill
Street,
Street, sounds right.
that's right
You
there. in
didn't
Mill
read
Street.
it? Didn't read it?
I did read it, but I read it
Right there, Mill Street.
4 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever it came out. Okay. All right.
You know about the INI and all that stuff, that's, and Eisenhower is being, the betterment's being, I put the figure down, that's with a fluff, in case there's anything unforeseen.
And that's, you know, the actual betterment is gonna be based on actual cost. Shoot high and we can
I've got-
cut
I've got
the,
prices going
they
to
can cut it.
Going to Amanda shortly, I'm waiting
Okay.
on one to come in.
Okay, good.
The boundary for Joe's
Oh.
property.
Oh, yes.
I've been over his place, working with him, and the surveyor came out, did all their markings, and he's not happy with the way they did it, and where they think they are, and they're in the wrong location, and all this, so called G&G, and now I'm gonna see if the surveyor can come out and meet Joe, and go through the whole rigmarole with him, to make sure that they're all both on the same page, see if he can come up with some marker that would satisfy him in the springtime, he can put it in, he'd have to do it himself, because they're not gonna install something that, a boundary marker, that's against the law, according to what the surveyor said, but it's being worked on
If they
now.
removed it, they're supposed to,
Well, they're surveyors, they're not allowed by law to move anything that's officially a boundary or something, or put
oh, the
something.
surveyors are not allowed.
Yeah, the surveyors, he can put it, I mean, if they agree on a location, everything is fine, we can give him the thing, and he can just pound it in the ground when it softens up, and that's it, it's
Who,
done.
Joe?
Joe, yeah.
Well, it shouldn't be Joe, it should be GEG.
Well, G, but they can't do anything now, the ground is getting too frozen, so we wanna just wait till at least they have an idea where it's supposed to go.
I
They
took
were
a
in the
walk-
wrong location.
I took a walk up there, top of the easement. There
It's
is
not the top, it's on the bottom side, that was where the.
It's right near the, supposedly, they found the actual boundary right in the middle of the
Stone wall.
stone wall.
Well, that's not where it was taken away, it was.
I know, it was taken from further up.
down, and that's the one that has to be replaced.
Which
So-
is why I'm confused. I was like, Joe knew where his stone wall was, and he wanted it put back the way it was.
The stone wall was put back right by the sewer manhole, and that's where the marker was, but the marker he's talking about was a curvature marker that he took out, the guy was digging, and that's further down. That's what Joe showed me.
Do they have the old marker?
No, it's gone now. It wasn't noticed or something, it was made out of like a stone with some re-rod in it. So I told him, I says, you're gonna have to get the guy out there and meet with him and find out what can satisfy Joe and them, and make sure everything's done with them both there. Because I can't play the third party here, I don't know what they did back when they dug it. So we're still working on that,
Okay.
thing.
Anything else on that? Okay. Public comments?
Did you
Nope.
fix the hydrant leaks?
No.
Yeah, pretty much. And some more are coming in, he's finishing up his thing too.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Board comments?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Any of the,
Just letting you know that next meeting in January, you'll start on the budget process. 'Cause they'll probably be looking for it by March, so we wanna get a jump on it.
okay.
Yay.
Okay, Yahoo.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Dang.